We really wanted this to be a place that was a safe space. Everybody could come here and feel comfortable and taken care of.
We try to understand every day the intersectionality of everyone who comes in the store and all of their identities and how enriching they make the experience of this restaurant.
It's really heartwarming to walk into the dining room and be like, how did all of these queer people find us?
Yeah. We are very proud of our queer identity. When you are able to be your authentic self, you get to share all of these great parts of you. And a restaurant, in order to feel authentic, needs to be a reflection of who we are.
We are by no means a exclusively queer space. Like it's not something that interests us. We are chiefly and foremost a neighborhood spot, but we are queer. A lot of our staff are queer.
We wanted to be a safe space, but we also just wanted to create a place that we wanted to eat every day. We wanted to have food that felt familiar, that was craveable, that, sort of teetered the line between healthy food and indulgent food, something that you could find anything to eat because there are familiar classics.
Biscuits are like a unifying food. I mean, so many cultures eat some form of biscuit. And I mean, fried chicken is just a standard.
It's a good thing to eat at breakfast after a long night. Bill makes an amazing biscuit. And he had a friend that grew up eating cat head biscuits, and I had never heard of a cat head biscuit before.
Just a biscuit as big as a cat's head.
He made me a cat head biscuit, and I was like, this is incredible. It's an incredible name. This is amazing.
So our biscuit is sort of, it's a wet dough. It's kind of somewhere between a drop biscuit and a traditional kneaded, flaky biscuit. And it's really great when you cut it in half and put a piece of fried chicken in the middle of it with some slaw.
Yeah, and syrup and chili oil.
Yep.
And a fried egg.
Yeah.
Because it's breakfast. The Meatloaf Sandwich came as sort of like a natural progression from our dinner menu. We moved into brunch a little bit after we opened, and it turned out that meatloaf was our #1 seller. Came as a shock to me, came as a shock to Bill.
Joke that we are Mimi's Meatloaf Diner.
I wanted something that felt savory, but that could be for breakfast too, so we went with the garlic toast. Put the awesome greens with it, which I think are a really great accompaniment to the meatloaf at dinner.
The greens kind of bring everything together. We were going to be a kale-free restaurant.
We were going to be a kale-free restaurant. We said we were. Sometimes you don't do what you say you're going to do.
The greens are a staple on our menu.
It's a staple now.
It tastes great when you douse it in cider vinegar and chili oil.
And then it gets topped with a fried egg because it's breakfast, and the barbecue sauce that we put on it, and then the crispy shallots because crispy shallots deserve a spot on every food. I grew up eating meatloaf. My dad and I hate meatloaf sandwiches. My brother loved meatloaf sandwiches. My brother has done a lot for us, and I wanted him to have something on the brunch menu that he would really like.
And that he orders every single time that he comes here. I will tell you, I don't love peanut butter.
It's so good. Whatever.
I get the love of peanut butter, but Libby was like, I think you really should make a peanut butter pie. And I was like, fine, okay. And so we started talking about peanut butter and pretzels and chocolate, classic combo.
Just hitting all the levels of sweet, salty, crunchy, and then adding a little nostalgia in there, adding a little Midwestern twist.
It is based on an old school no-bake cheesecake recipe.
Peanut butter, what's better?
Cold and creamy and salty, and even if I don't like peanut butter, all of those flavors are so familiar, and it is a classic combo. And I joke about it being a Midwest mom pie, but it is. It's a pie that your mom would make.
It was a sleeper hit. We try to change the pie and the cake flavor every few weeks, but people kept asking for the peanut butter pie. Yeah. But it's definitely one that they come and they're like, do you have that peanut butter pie? As a female in a kitchen, it can be hard. That's like well documented. And I've definitely worked in chauvinistic, sexual harassment, like rampant environments. I would think to myself constantly, how do I make this better? What do I do? You know, I love the restaurant industry. I love hospitality. I love serving people. I love making food. But why is it so hard to come to work sometimes? And how do I make this better?
We've always said that we are a hospitality-driven restaurant, not a chef-driven restaurant, because it is very important to us that you walk in the door and immediately feel welcome and comfortable. And we are lucky to have a staff that really gets that and understands that.
I'm not gonna let the stress of short ticket times and fast turnaround and vendors being late get to me. I need to be good for everybody else too, so that they're good back to me. And it's working. Just by saying no, I won't be nasty.